Let me take this whole thing. All right, so I'm going to put that in there. Put that in there. All right, let's have a look what goes on here. Let's open up Twitter as well. There should be a giggle. Ooh. It's Reese. Hello.
Hello, mate. How are you?
What's up, young man? What's occurring?
Let me turn the camera on, mate. Hold on.
Yeah, no dramas. Have you got a pair of headphones as well? That'd be good because it echoes.
All right, mate. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no dramas. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello, mate. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. How you going, fellas?
I've never done one of these before, so I thought I'd jump
well,
on.
what you need to do is, one of the big things you need to do is you need to put on headphones, right? And the microphone.
Oh, you mean like a headset?
Yeah, so if you've got like the ones that are mobile, right, plug that into your computer, or else otherwise what happens is that the feedback is really awful for everybody else listening.
Right, shit. Let me see if I can find one.
That's all right. That's all right. Now, for those of you that are watching at the moment, I'm just going to mute Reese. That's going to happen. Let's just mute him. There we go. All right, so for a couple of different things, right, when you're running Hangouts on air, the first thing you need to understand, everybody, is Hangout on air, in case you didn't know, actually broadcasts out live and direct to your YouTube channel. Yay. All right, so that's what Hangout on air does. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to have the Google Hangout toolbox. Now, the toolbox, it's on this side of the screen, I think, for you guys, this side of the screen. If you move your mouse over there and do the three little dots at the bottom of the screen, so move your mouse to the left-hand side of the screen, okay, and then the three little dots and get the Hangout toolbox. And what you can then do is you can have this very, very cool thing down here. It's called a lower third, right? And it's part of the Hangout toolbox. So that's one of the really cool things you can do to brand yourself, like when you do your Hangouts. I've decided to sit on the street today and run this Hangout. So yeah, that probably wasn't the best choice of venue, to be honest. But anyway. All right, so that's what you want to do. So the Hangout toolbox, it's a really important plugin. The next thing you want to do, if you're watching this on a desktop, it doesn't work on mobile at the moment. But if you look on this side of the screen, hopefully on a desktop, you can actually see some details, right, about my YouTube channel, and you can hopefully see my Google Plus page, right? Now, what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to bring in, right, another thing. So if you look on the right-hand side of your screen, all right, let's see how Reese is getting on. Unmute Reese. Oh, no. Reese, just unmute yourself, mate. So at the top of the screen, you'll see the little microphone. Unmute yourself, all right?
Yeah, bear with me. I'm just getting my headset sorted.
Whoa, happy days. All right, so on this side of the screen, if you're watching this on a desktop, you should hopefully see, when I bring this into play, you're watching, so this is going to be my get 100 clients in 30 days. So let me do that now. Let me just tick the box. And hopefully, he said confidently, on this side of your screen, if you're on a desktop, you should now see, right, the get 100 clients in 30 days, all right? And if you want to go ahead and leave a Facebook comment, do that. If you want to tweet me at Australia Wow, do that. So that's what you can do. It's rather cool, I'm not going to lie. All right, so let's bring another one in. Let's bring in, say, how to advertise on YouTube for free, the guide. So again, on the right-hand side of your screen, let me do that. I'm going to tick the box now. And on this side of your screen, you should be able to see that. Can you? Say yes. Tweet me. Yes, no, indifferent.
Mate, I can't see it, mate.
Are you on a desktop?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is interesting. So this is a fairly new technology. So on the left-hand side of your screen, if you move your mouse over there, you'll see a little kind of yellow tag. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and just tap that. I've chosen probably the most busiest time of the bloody morning for this to like kick off. I swear to God, that was just the dumbest move on my part ever. Brilliant. What a plankton.
Yeah, mate, all shows up there. Solid.
So all the stuff on the right-hand side of the screen now is showing.
Yeah.
Happy days. So if I untick this, so I'm going to untick the how to advertise on YouTube. I'm going to untick it on my screen, and that should now, in a couple of seconds, disappear from your screen. Is that correct? How to advertise on YouTube for free should now disappear off your screen. Yeah?
Solid, mate. You're killing it.
Boom. All right. So this, right? Really? It was a pissed off client, you know, like start them young. That's what I say. But anyway, so this thing on the right-hand side of your screen is just absolute gold. Really? I swear to God.
I reckon you should go take your computer up there and get a close-up.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not laugh at the bad parents, okay? Anyway, so that is called the Showcase plugin, all right? So if you can hear me above the screams of the child, all right, on here it's the Showcase. So what you can actually do is you can line up, for fuck's sake.
It's not that bad. Not that bad.
Okay. All right, good. So what you can do is during your webinars, right, and you're beaming out to your YouTube channel for live, what you can do is actually on the right-hand side of your screen show particular products or services that you offer. So you'll have those particular pages on your website, and in the Google Showcase plugin, you can have those all teed up, and you can tick them on your screen, and that shows, obviously, to you guys right now, for example, how it all works, right? So you can actually run your own QVC shopping channel style feed, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Just like similar to Webinar Jam, how you can bring up things on the side, or totally different?
That's exactly right.
But you don't need Webinar Jam.
You don't need. Well, I mean, Webinar Jam has like some other goodies on there as well. Don't get me wrong, but for most fitness professionals, for most people that just want something right now and set it up in the next 2 seconds, then that's what this does, and it's free, right? The Webinar Jam does give you some extras on there. Yeah, so I agree with you. It's still got its own use case. All right. But
Sure.
the showcase, and the other limitation on this that I'm finding is it still requires apparently you or the viewer to still tick this or tap this on the left-hand side to bring this plugin into play. So it's not an automated thing, which is a bit depressing. I'm sure that will be fixed, but not right now. So you need to tell people that, and maybe you have that on the lower third down here. You actually show people. Tap the yellow button on the left-hand side. So there's a problem to doing that. The other thing as well is it doesn't work on mobile, right? So it's desktop only. So there's no way at the moment of this stream here showing on any mobile device. Hang on, mate.
Anyway, brother, I just wanted to stop by and just say howdy. But I'll be catching up with you next week. I'll be catching up with you next week anyway, mate. So
we're going to have a lot of cool stuff like on Tuesday, mate. It's there's a lot of stuff I'm going to be showing you actually. So yeah, just make sure that you've got your green screen video as well. I'll send you over the script for that today. All right.
Yeah, I've got a couple already, but I'll pump out a couple more. Right.
The first 5 seconds is all that counts. No one gives a shit about your advert really. Just those first 5 seconds. So there's a really cool. If you go to the YouTube channel, and I believe it's youtube.com/ I think it was Geico. I think it's an insurance company.
Yeah.
Let me just have a look at this right now. These guys do it stupidly well. Really cool. So youtube.com/ user/ Geico. That's GEICO. GEICO. Now, what those guys are doing, right, is it's incredible. It's almost like a Vine-style advert. You've got 5 seconds to obviously watch before you can skip. Well, what these guys are doing are dominating it by saying you can't skip this advert because it's already over, and they do some real serious comedy in there too. So think of your advert. Think really of your advert on YouTube should really be 5 seconds, and anything after that's a bonus. Put it that way. So your content and your video should be based around that, mate.
Cool, perfect. All right, brother, I'm out.
See you,
See you, Nathan.
Cheers, mate. Can't wait. See ya. All right. So, what's up with yourself there, Reese? How can I help you, my man? So, if you
first of all, I don't have a proper headset. Is that a problem?
Nah, that's all right, mate. I can hear you now, so that's all golden. So, mate, skip forward. What do you need?
I just wanted to find out a little bit more information about using Google Plus, man. I want to be like the #1 guy on Google in my area, and right now I'm nowhere near. I'm like, you can't find me unless you type the gym in, which is not what I'm looking for.
So you actually work out at the gym, do you?
So I run a gym in Canary Wharf in London, and there are 16 gyms in Canary Wharf in London, and I'm the new guy on the block. So I've been there a year. The business is good; it's doing really well. But now I'm looking to own as many different social media platforms as I can. So we're heavy on Instagram, which automatically publishes to Facebook, and I know that Facebook is not, they're not heavy on individual posts. They're not heavy on pictures anymore. They're heavy on videos. So I just use Instagram to post to Facebook. I do a lot of Facebook advertising, which is nice, but I want to get on Google as well. And kind of, like, Google adverts are great, but I'd rather not have to pay every time somebody clicks on my link because I want to be the #1.
All right. Well, there's a disconnect on your thinking straight off the bat, to be blunt with you. One is you're going to need to pay to play. No way around it. All right.
Okay.
This was the end game for Facebook as well. So let's use Facebook as an example, right? Facebook in the past allowed you to have a business page for free. They allowed you to pay if you wanted to and just get a lot of likes up there, organically, or you paid to get those likes, right? So that was all tickety-boo. So you ended up with, say, I don't know how many likes you got on your page. Tell me, how many?
It's about 2,900.
All right. So 2,900 likes. I'll assume that they're all organic and they've all found you and whatever, right?
Absolutely didn't pay for any of them bad boys. I should have done, but
No, you shouldn't have. You know, so you did right, actually. No, by not paying for them, that was the better option, trust me. Because what actually Facebook did in the end is they baited and switched you, all right? So what they said is just like, build your page up, get as many people liking your page as you possibly can, and then what we can do is, you know, you can put a post there for free, and of course they'll all see you, right? See your posts. Well, that's actually wrong. So less than 1% now of the people that like your page that have specifically said, I like that page, less than 1% of them are actually going to see anything you ever post to Facebook. That's just the way it is, all right?
Yeah.
So you've had your free advertising, you've had your free days with Facebook and all the social networks, to be honest. So now what it's all about is going, well, okay, you've built up your your page, and that's fine, but now you need to pay to play. So you need to run adverts, no way around it. So what you need to do is disconnect that thinking of going, well, if someone taps it or watches my video or something, I don't want to pay for that. Well, you need to put that to one side, right? You need to now sort of think, if I put down a pound, all right, am I going to get £1 and 1 pence back? All right, because that's what it's all about. All right. So we have something called an ROI, return on investment. Okay, it's a simple metric. And it basically says, well, if I dump, if I put down 50 quid, am I going to get, say, £52 back? Am I going to get £100 back? What's my return on my original investment of 100 quid, right? So 50 quid. So that's what you want to do, right? Your thinking has to change immediately, right, if you want to get into this, all right? Organic is great, okay, but you've already said, like in London, it's just, I mean, every man and his dog is either a personal trainer, a fitness instructor, or they're out in a gym, right? So getting organic, what we call organic search, right, which is when someone types in personal trainer or gym Canary Wharf and you appear at the hallowed top 1 position. That can be done, but that's a combination of what we call SEO, search engine optimization, all right, and PPC, which is pay per click. There's that payment thing again, all right. So what you need to do is you need to create just an absolute metric shit ton of quality content to start off with, right? And this is where most trainers fall down, right, on their organic shit. They have a shiny website, all right, WordPress website, and that's all fine. But what they then don't do is they don't create content, new content for that. All right, so it's a static website and it never changes. So Google's like, okay, all right. But hang on, there's another 5 personal trainers in Canary Wharf that are updating it with fresh content on pretty much a daily basis. Yeah, I think we'll rank them higher than Reese. So you see that adding fresh content it's a thing. You just need to do it. All right. Now these things as well, like lots of people just they get caught up in it and they say, well, let's go black hat SEO and let's just try and game the system. If you try, and you can do that, and it's not hard, all right, you can actually go and pay someone, say, $500, and you can get to the #1 position. But here's what I guarantee you, right? Google will then slap you, not a question of if, but a question of when, and you will never turn up in the search results ever again for Google. You can fuck right off, all right? So although you can be tempted to do that, and it seems like a good proposition, don't do it. All right. So what you need to do instead of that is create some quality content. Even if you create 1 document a week, all right, or even if you pay someone, right, on Fiverr.com, all right, 2 R's, Fiverr.com, to actually create an article for you. So a 1,000-word article on, let's say, nutrition, right? 5 things, all those sort of 5 things, 3 things, 10 things, all that bullshit, that stuff works. The public laps it up, right? So pay someone on Fiverr if need be to create that 1,000-word document, all right? Make sure that you review it, make sure it's all tidied up, it's got the right spelling in there, etc. All right? So create content. Also get, if it's a WordPress website that you've got, right, get yourself the YouTube app on your mobile, right? Make sure that you get the WordPress app also installed on your mobile. And guess what you do? Right, I can't be bothered to sit here and type out a load of shit. What am I going to do? Easiest thing of all, mate, is what I do. I'm in the car, or I'm sort of walking, from office to office in either Sydney or Phuket or Hong Kong, where the fuck I am, right? So the easiest thing for me is to just go, you know what? Let me whip out my iPad and let me just record a video on my iPad. I'm not even going to edit it. I'm just going to upload it straight away, either into my blog, right? That's the WordPress app, right? Or I'm going to upload it into YouTube. Or both. All right. So creating content, there really is these days no excuse to not create good content, right? Because it is so easy. Just get your mobile out right, and start talking. That's all you got to do. What do I talk about? Well, like personal trainers, there's a voracious appetite for nutrition. There's a voracious appetite for what's the thing of the day. It could be, I don't know, paleo. It could be if it fits your macros. It could be, is Herbalife as bad as they say? All right, talk to your clients, basically. Don't be marketing to other personal trainers in your content. No one gives a shit about, macros. No one really gives a shit. Sandra, the fat secretary, is not going to give a rat's ass about, if it fits your macros. She's just like, listen, dickhead, give me 3 things I can do to lose, 1.5 kilos this week. I've got 3 pounds to lose for a Friday night to meet this hot bloke. Sort me out. So make sure that your articles appeal to who you want as clients, right? Don't be talking technical if you want Sandra the fat secretary. But similarly, if you want bodybuilders, start talking about gear, like start talking about stacks, the ins and outs. You understand, right? So just talk to your market. So that's what I'm talking about, content. The content needs to reflect who you actually want in your gym to train. And Google will start rewarding you with that shit, all right? So to go back to your original point, like I want to dominate Google. Google loves content, and Google especially loves fresh content. So if you're creating one new really fucking awesome article per week, all right, and Google's seeing that, and it will, Google will go, yeah, Reese is pretty serious about this. I'll start bumping him up the ranks. So if you do that, all right, then organically it can take a couple of days, all right. Take 24 hours if you have a really super hot, frosty, cool, shareable article that everyone's like, holy batshit, this guy knows what he's talking about, let's share this all over. Reality, probably take you a good solid 2 to 3 months, right, of just going, this is shit, I've got to write another article. Shut up, do it. That's what you need to do. It's a grind, it's something you've got to do, all right? Now what that will do is that will help you get onto the organic search results, onto page 1. Will it get to the top of the page? Probably not, right? You're looking at a solid maybe 3 to 6 months, right? Minimum, right? If there's so many busy people around where you are. But it's something you've got to do as a matter of course, right? So now we come on to like getting you at the top of the page though, all right? So here's the thing, if you're paying to play, right, and you're using Google AdWords, PPC, pay-per-click, and you're putting down a budget of, say, I don't know, so let's say 50 bucks a day, let's say 30 quid a day, for example. What you do is most people will search for you on a mobile device in London, right? They're on the bus in the morning, it's pissing down with rain, all right? If your advert talks to them, right, for either the night before or on the morning, so you run 2 separate adverts, all right, it's something along the lines of, choose your words, obviously, but, wait, fatty, all right? Yeah, walking to work or taking a bus tomorrow, wouldn't it be great if you sprinted to work with a smile on your face? Obviously that's a shit wording, but you get the idea, you get the thought behind it. So what you want to do is have 2 versions of a Google AdWords ad, one for the night before, right, and one for, this goes for Facebook too, all right? So you set the hours of when that particular advert runs. So obviously the people on the night before, and then obviously on the way to work in the morning, wait, fatty, right, on the bus, when you could have been at boot camp this morning, shame them into it, guilt them into it if that's what you want to do, but you get the idea. So you run these adverts, all right? So what happens is those adverts on Facebook's like drive-by advertising, all right? They didn't ask to see your advert, all right? It just appears on their news feed. Right, and what we can do is we can target down, right, specific companies even to show that particular advert too. So you could even create other versions of the same advert, but with the wording you could appeal to just say, I don't know, Barclays, work at Canary Wharf, work at Barclays, Canary Wharf.
Used to work for them fuckers.
There you go. So what you can do with Facebook is you can actually isolate it down, and you can just, and LinkedIn as well, I hasten to add, you can actually just find the people that work for Barclays, right, in Canada Square, and you can actually create an advert that's just seen by those people, right? And you put down, I don't know, it might be, even if it was like £1 a click, even if it was £3 a click, just go crazy, right? So even if it cost you £3 a click for them to land on your website landing page, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, then if they land on your page for £3 and you've sold them the notion of coming in for maybe a free session or 7-day free pass or whatever it might be, right? If that free pass turns into like a year's membership, well, that £3 was well spent, right?
Yep.
So you've got to get out of this disconnect, right, of just going, fuck, I don't want to pay for it. Yeah, you've got to pay for it because every other personal trainer in Canada Wharf won't be. So if you do that, here's the ninja tip. If you do the Google PPC, the Google AdWords, you can actually add different things on the advert too. So you know those shitty little like text adverts that you get? Okay, well, you can actually do something called ad extensions on that, and all that means is that you can have some cool shit on there underneath the advert, right, which might have the different sections of your website, right? So it could have, you know, like free trial or free pass. Now there could be a page on your website called, you know, reese.com/free pass. So you can actually tell Google Advert to show that link. Now it may or may not, but if it does, right, it shows a link underneath the advert. So you treat your advert, get this, right, as a mini fucking website. How good's that? So they can see, you know, they see what the advert is talking to them. Underneath the advert, they see a couple of links to your website, just all text. And if you do this well, you can actually have phone calls. So you say, right, well, Google, this is my phone number, and can you just show this call button between these certain hours when I'm actually at work? So when people are searching during office hours, for example, when you're working and they're searching for, you know, Canada Square personal trainer, you'll be at number 1, right, because you've paid to be there. All right, and then there's a call button. I mean, fuck, how good's that? So they tap the call. Oh, fuck yeah, awesome. So they call you from the advert. Your mobile rings, all right? Yeah, hello, mate. How's it going? Yeah, sell. Come in, close, job done. Oh no, it just cost me £3. Who gives a shit? At least you've like made a phone call, right? And you've closed them into coming in, and you'll upsell them from that point, right? Yep. So that PPC like works really, really well for like local businesses, like you. Sorry. And so what happens if you put all these ad extensions in there? What it means is that little pissy advert at the top of the screen now pushes everything else down the page because there's only a finite amount of space on the mobile screen, right? So if you've paid to be there and you've got these ad extensions and there's number 1 personal trainer, which ain't you, on the organic results, well, that motherfucker gets pushed down the page, all right? So because you've paid to be there and your advert's taking up more room, taking up more of his space, so he gets pushed down the page. Pretty cool, right?
Yep.
Right. So that's Google. You also want to start doing some stuff like your Google Analytics. All right. Now, this is where we start. You know, this is usually way beyond most people, not just fit pros, to be honest. So what you want to do, right, is have your Google Analytics on there too. And your Google Analytics. If you go to google.com/analytics, is that the missus?
No, she's in bed, mate. I'm
right.
I'm burning the midnight oil. Yeah.
All right. So Analytics will allow you, it's just a single piece of code, you can copy and paste it. If you've got a WordPress website, you can do it yourself, right? But what that means is that then Google starts tracking everything that happens on your website, what they click, where they go, what time, which mobile device they're using to access your website, their bounce rate, so they hit your site, did they leave again, or did they actually like view other pages, right? All of that information leads to a better experience for these people, right? And you can like just go, well, most of them are leaving on one page. Well, shit, what am I doing wrong? So you get lots and lots of insights from that too. I guarantee you, right, that all of your other personal trainer buddies in Canada Square will be using Google Analytics, but they won't even understand. They won't even understand what it is or why it's there, all right? But you will. So Google Analytics basically means that you can just tailor your website and just optimize it to fuck, all right? It's really cool. We're not going to talk about it too much here. Just know that you need to put the Google Analytics tracking code on your website. That's all you need to know for now, right? The second thing is that you use what we call Facebook custom audiences, right? So Facebook custom audiences, and you can also do the same with...
that's a set of email addresses that you've collected, right? So you can target people specifically.
Well, you can do that. That's exactly one use that you can do, for sure. Absolutely, you can do that. So you can take your email addresses, upload them into the custom audience, and then run adverts to them. No worries, you can do that. But it gets a little bit more powerful than that. So what you want to do, right, remember that whole thing about getting them to your website, which is why it's so important? Well, if you have a Facebook post, right, or a tweet, right, many people in London prefer Twitter over Facebook, right, to be quite honest, and they add more money. But anyway, so what we want to do is put the tracking pixel, the Facebook custom audience tracking pixel, right? And you put that little piece of code onto your website, right? And then what you do is that custom audience pixel, right, fires, what we call fires, every time someone visits your page. All right, so here's the great thing. If you create a really great Facebook post, right, and it forces people to go to your website and they go, yeah, let me have a click at his website, even if they don't do anything on the first visit, we don't give a shit because their details are then recorded, right, that they visited your website. So Facebook records those details, right? It's ninja shit. All right, so it basically means you then create another advert, all right, which is automatically then shown to just the people that have visited your website. If you haven't visited your website, you're not going to see that particular advert, right? So this is what we call remarketing, or retargeting, right? And you can do that on YouTube as well, which is just unbelievably amazing. Right, so YouTube is all about, obviously, video. So here's the thing you can do with YouTube. You also run something called a remarketing audience. Same as a Facebook custom audience, different language, right? Which means that if they look at your video, right, so this is ninja shit, if they look at your YouTube video, they automatically get put into a remarketing custom audience. So you have another video advert, another 40-second advert, that's all. And you have that ready to go, and that video advert is shown before any other video that they watch, all right, for up to a year after they actually watched your initial video, right? So your video on that advert could be something, some bullshit like, you know, hey, it's Reese here. Now I know you're interested in personal training because you watched my last video. Why don't you click here, right here and right now, and get your 7-day free pass with me? Nothing changes, nothing changes. Click the link. I'll see you in the next 5 seconds. That's what you're going to say in the video, right? That's an advert. Okay, and that advert is only seen by the people that have watched one of your adverts already, one of your videos, any video, or you can choose which video. You see how powerful this remarketing shit is?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right? And so with the YouTube, it gets even more powerful. And this is how I believe you'll dominate it, right? Because no fitness professional at all, and there's no other viewers, it's just you and me right now on this hangout. I can see there's nobody else. So I'm quite happy to share this with you. Give me a second. Maybe it's the fashion police. I'm wearing my Adventure Time t-shirt tonight, so who the fuck knows? But anyway, all right, so the ninja shit. Okay, no Fit Pro is doing this. In fact, most businesses aren't even doing this. They think it's like you've got to have a fucking Super Bowl budget, you know, to run YouTube adverts. So you know those adverts on YouTube that play where you can click skip after 5 seconds?
Yep.
Yeah. So those are free. All right. No cunt knows about it at all. Right. So what happens is, I should say the clicks are free. So, you know, like Facebook and AdWords, we've been talking about, say, £3 a click. All right. It might be more, it might be less, but there's a cost every time someone clicks your advert. Right. So YouTube advertising, if they click, this is why it's a 40-second video. If they click within 30 seconds, right, then the click is free. Google won't charge you for the click. And you want them to click before 30 seconds. That's the whole point, right? So if they click before 30 seconds, they come onto your landing page and you'll convert them there. Either a phone call, preferable, or they might print out, you know, or whatever it might be. All right? There's an action on your landing page that you want them to take. So if they see the video, they click the video, they land on your landing page, so far that's free. All right? The only cost is a cost per view. So again, if you put down just £10 a day, this is ninja shit, if you put down £10 a day, just £10 a day on YouTube, Google advertising, all right, what you can actually do is you just get like a far higher conversion again, because don't forget now, you can target specific channels. So if you've got some competitor gyms, right, in, say, Canary Wharf, and they've got YouTube channels, you can actually say, run my advert, please, before any of their videos play. So someone's physically sat down and typed out, expressly said, Google, YouTube, I really want to see a video on Canada Square personal training. So they expect to sit down to watch a video on personal training to do with some personal trainer at Canada Square. But listen, your advert starts before that. Targeted? You understand? Pretty cool shit. That's not all. All right, so I mean that's pretty cool, but I'd hazard a guess and say that those particular YouTube channel owners, i.e. the other personal trainers, they might have, say, I don't know, 100 views, they might have 300 views if they're lucky on their videos, right? Instead then, what you want to do is you want to target all of the Herbalife videos with, you know, tens of millions of views, right? This is cool. So you find all those videos to do with Herbalife, Tesco diets, Body by Vi, fucking whatever other bullshit like products are out there, Cambridge diet in the UK, blah, 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 blah. So you find all of those videos to do with those topics, right? And you'll end up with some videos. You might end up with, say, I don't know, 500 videos, but combined they might have sort of 10 million views, right? That's a lot of views, right? So what you then do is you run your advert before them. All right, but what you do is you say, but only run this advert, right, in the London region. Actually, no, fuck it, just the E1, right? Postcode, you can actually do that. You can just say, look, show this advert. Anyone that watches these videos, all right, just show my advert if they're in London in the E1 region. So what happens is when they sit down to watch a Herbalife video, and obviously they're watching it because they want to lose weight, right? Well, listen, fuckheads, right? My video is playing before yours, all right? And it's like, listen, you're about to watch a Herbalife video. What if I told you there was an even easier way and a more healthier way? Stay right there. I'll tell you how. That's your 5-second video. All right, so you can steal the traffic, all right, of all the people. Oh, I'm just fat and I just want to like have a shake. All right, well, listen, fuckhead. All right, there's a better way. Stay right there. Or click skip. Get rid of the people, all right, in the first 5 seconds that aren't interested. Like, shut up. Who's this roost kid? Well, I just want to watch a Herbalife video. Skip. Fuck off. All right, so get rid of them. All right, but then after 5 seconds, that's when you start your pitch. All right, so listen. All right, I know what you want. You want to be thin. You want to be sexy. Start talking to your audience. All right, and I know you want to like looking at Herbalife, but if I told you there's an even better way and you get an even better body, you trust me, right? So these are some examples. I have some examples on the screen of like, you know, your before and afters. So just sell everybody inside 30 seconds. And before 30 seconds is up, you basically just point here on the screen. You're on a green background. And you just go, click here. Nothing changes, nothing changes. You want to be hot? Click the link. See the next 5 seconds. Tell them to fucking click the link. Right? People are dumb. All right? It's that simple. And what do I do? You fucking click the big button here that says click here, dickhead. I swear to God. So YouTube advertising at the moment, if you do that, mate, I'm telling you now, there ain't no one doing that. There's no one doing that. All right? So that's what you need to do. That's how you'll like pay. If you put down £10 a day on YouTube advertising, put down say £10 a day on your Facebook advertising. AdWords, leave for now, because I think that will just be too expensive for you right now, without a lot of like pissing around. So I think if you stick to YouTube and you stick to Facebook, you can also.
Sorry, mate. I've got Facebook up running every now and then. I've got an AdWords that's been running, and you're right, it is expensive. Plus, you know, I had a few of the extensions on there, but the return on it was not great. Facebook was much better.
With the AdWords, I almost guarantee you, right, that this is the reason why you want the Google Analytics, right? Because if you actually marry the Google Analytics in with the Google AdWords, what you can do is you can get a very, very accurate picture as to what people were actually searching for, right, that triggered off your advert. And I'll use the example just here in this little coffees that I come to on a daily basis, right? These guys get my best work in return for fucking bacon sandwiches, right? That's how it works. All right, so with these guys here, yeah, well, I'm in a suburb in Sydney right now called Croydon, right? Called clearly.
That's where I am, Croydon.
Oh no, bro. Mate, I used to live. Where did I used to live? Right, there was Holmes Place. Is it East Croydon or West Croydon? I can't remember where I used to live. But anyway, so it was about 5 minutes walk away from Holmes Place, right? So I don't know which one that was. Was it East or West Croydon? I can't remember. I was a Croydon massive as well, bruv. You know what I mean? So what you want to do, right, is if you marry the two together, most people like here, right, would type in on Google AdWords, they'll type in Croydon cafe or cafes in Croydon, right? Well, that's great, and I just think, well, fucking job done, right? I put coffee, Croydon, cafes in Croydon, you get the idea, right? What I have to do is, when I look at it, I just go, well, hang on, I only want this advert to be shown in Australia, all right? Okay, so that rules out London's Croydon immediately. So there's probably about $100 a day minimum that I've just saved the client because they wouldn't have put that down. The second thing is you go, job done. Hang on. So the second thing, right, is that there's also a Croydon in Victoria, which is another state here in Australia, right? So who knew, right? Now it's in Victoria, which is where Melbourne is, right? And Melbourne is like the coffee capital of like Australia, right? So again, I'll probably save them another $100 by just going, oh shit, I'll need to like isolate out negative keywords, all right? Are you using negative keywords?
Yeah, I think I've got a girl who worked at Google to design the ad for me from Fiverr.
Okay, cool. Fuck that. Get off. If she's working for Google, all right, mate, just bye-bye.
I think she used to work for Google, and now she's branching out and doing her own thing.
Okay, all right, cool, mate. That's great. If she's like branched away from Google, like step one, never get a Google rep to manage your account. It's actually free to do that, but never do it because most of these people have no fucking idea, and they're there to spend your money. That's what Google do. Don't ever do them. If she's away from Google, then that's golden. But mate, what you want to do is you really want to home that in, and you want to create multiple adverts. So if you look at your keywords, right, for example, like if you have one advert and like say 50 keywords in there, well, those shitty keywords are going to be like making your cost per click just go through the roof. So good people on AdWords will look at the keywords that are performing well, take those out, right, and put them into their own ad group, all right, if they're converting well. So why would you let the other shitty keywords in that ad group, bring you down essentially? So, Google AdWords really is not a set and forget proposition. It really is a dynamic thing that you should really be checking like every 3 days, to be quite honest. Right? So Google AdWords do actually work. I've got no problems in saying they work. It's just that I tend to find personally that most people just fuck it up royally because even big agencies as well, I've seen. I'm not kidding. You look at it and you go, what? But the reality is, again, that disconnected thinking, maybe on your part too, to be blunt. Like if it's costing you, say, $10 a click or £10 a click, you go, holy shit, all right? The page that you're sending them to has to be properly tight, okay? You can't just send them to your home page. That's just not going to happen. Right? So you need to bring them on to a page that's designated just for that advert, right? And that's, again, where people fuck up. Most of these ad people, they don't write copy. They do AdWords, all right, and that's great, but then they send them to a page and they've got no input to that page. So your advert words have to be congruent with where you're actually sending them to. And that way then you can actually track your conversion. All right? If you're not doing that, if you're just going, here's a Google advert or here's a Facebook advert, and I'm throwing them through to this particular home page, well, there's no call to action there. There's no well, fuck, what are they doing now? You want to send them to a page that's specifically for that particular advert. It could even be to give them a call, and I recommend that you do this. Your landing page, right, should be a beautiful blog post that we spoke about, talking to them about, 3 things they can do to look hot on Friday night in 7 days' time. All right, make it a nice, content page. It's a blog post. It's no longer a landing page or a squeeze page. That shit's dead. Like, bye-bye. Trainers that are doing that have been told by insert guru du jour, all right, people that are doing that with, say, lead pages are finding that their Facebook accounts are now being banned. And you're like, it's been working. Well, it has been working, but unfortunately people abuse that and they're sending people to shitty quality lead pages, and lead pages themselves have actually now got a black mark against them. So if you have your own website, right, which you do, and you have a nice landing page that's talking in a nice information point of view, all right, content marketing, right, rather than just going, hey, you, fatty, I can help you. These are the 3 things. Sign up here. That's not going to work anymore. Everyone's seen past that. So what you need to do instead then is bring it to a landing page where it's got just a shitload of information, and at the bottom of that is like, interested? Give us your details. Long form copy, right? That's what you need.
Okay. So you say blog posts. You mean just so say they've looking for a personal trainer in Canary Wharf, right? And it says book a free session here. So they click on the AdWord and it takes them to a landing page. That's what, a blog post about what? How would you tie that in?
Easy. So you basically set up your AdWords, right? The advert would be, you can't use anything like, weight loss, because that'll just get you just shut down straight away. So what you could do is, personal trainer, London personal trainer, talks fat loss, or what's your niche? What do you prefer to train?
We train ladies. Yeah, ladies between the age of 29 and 37.
All right, so 29, 37. So professional. So thanks. All right. Let's be specific about this. All right. Work at Barclays.
Oh, okay.
All right. So your headline would be, getting, overweight at Barclays. All right. Hey, you, Barclays overweight worker. All right. You get the idea. Have Barclays, have fat loss, or have overweight, or something to do with that. Talk just to the people. The chicks at Barclays is the point of the story, right?
Can you do that in? So can you target where people work in AdWords?
You can't do that in AdWords, right? You can't specifically target particular companies, all right? But what you can do is you can actually do that in Facebook, and you can do that in LinkedIn, all right?
Oh, okay.
And Twitter. And Twitter. It's fucking awesome.
Twitter confuses the fuck out of me, man. I can't.
Think of Twitter.
I can't get to it.
Mate, don't even. Oh, I've got to, let me bring that into play. Hang on. So on the right-hand side of the screen, you should see the Get 100 Clients in 30 Days. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and click on the More, and then save that one for later. All right. There's a Twitter course for free. All right.
All right. Sweet. I'll look at that.
All right. Now the reason you want to use Twitter as well is because, again, like you just said, no personal trainer gets it. They're like, oh, well, I don't get it, right? You don't have to get it. No one gives a fuck about your bacon or your bowel movements. No one gives a shit, all right? But you treat your Twitter as your Facebook page. And your Facebook page, again, if you know that no one's really going to be interacting with you, right? You're like, oh, yeah, a couple of cursory posts, who gives a shit, right? But what you're doing with your Facebook page is you're serving ads from it, right? That's really what we give a shit about. Okay, so treat your Twitter account exactly the same. You create a Twitter account, yeah, you'll send a few tweets now and then, whatever, but you'll use it to run adverts from. Okay, so what you do, this is fucking gangster shit now, right? And again, there's nobody on this. There's no one at this hangout, so I'm going to delete it afterwards as well. Fuck everyone. Right. So what you do is you use a piece of software called socialbro.com. Stupid fucking name, cool product. All right. So socialbro.com, and what you do is you analyse a third-party Twitter account. So basically, it's a fancy way of just saying, right, find me Barclays, right? That's what I want to do. So you'll find the people that are following Barclays, and then what you do is you create a Twitter lead generation card, right? So that's essentially just a fancy way of saying, here's a tweet. And if you want to see the information that this tweet is talking about, i.e. my landing page, tap twice, and they tap twice, and then they go to your landing page. But what actually happens from the lead generation card, Twitter has automatically given your email or their email address directly into your MailChimp or Aweber or wherever. They haven't had to type anything. They're like, oh, holy shit, a free gym pass. Yeah, I'm up for that. Tap twice. They get taken to your landing page, and there's the gym pass. Meanwhile, you've got all their details, right? Job done. So what you do, so that's a lead generation card. It's pretty fucking cool, right? But what you do is you show that lead generation card. It's free, but it'll only be seen by your followers on Twitter. That's right. So it's got limited use. So what you do again is you pay to play, right? So you say, listen, all the people that are following Barclays or other personal trainers in London, see where I'm going with this, all right, you find their followers, right, who you want to target, and then you basically pay to show that lead generation card to those followers of the other personal trainers and gyms in Canary Wharf. All right, hello. All right. So, mate, there's a lot of cool shit that we talked about today, mate. So.
Yeah, my brain is. I'm not sleeping for a little while.
All right. So, mate, what I suggest you do, right, from here, I suggest that you, because there's nobody else on here, so it's kind of cool to share all this shit, right? So, what I want you to do is, if you're interested, is pay for me, all right, and the software to be able to do the YouTube shit. Because if you do that, that's stuff that you could start Sunday night, really is the time when kind of people tend to. It's Sunday night, and it's every morning from 7:30 till about 8 o'clock, right, local time in London, where everyone's essentially sat down on either the tube or between. Oh, I'll look at me Virgin. Oh, there's a YouTube video. So you'll dominate these people on the way to work in the morning with your video advert. So I would get across video adverts like a fucking rash, right? I would do that shit. Okay. Just do it. Get yourself a green screen, all right? So go to a material shop, go into somewhere like, I don't know, Brick Lane or Petticoat Lane on a Sunday, and just go and get yourself the biggest honking great big bright garden pea green piece of green material that you can get, all right? That's all you need. You don't need to spend a lot of money on this. Go and get yourself a green screen. Get yourself a nice camera. Right, don't use your iPhone or your iPad, it's going to be shit. So borrow, beg, steal, like someone's like good camera. Go and buy from wherever, like in Tottenham Court Road, go and get a wireless lavalier microphone. All right, it's a lapel microphone / lavalier. Well, they'll know what it is. It's basically one of those like fancy ones that you see people kind of clip just there. So when you're talking, it's beautiful quality rather than the usual YouTube videos where people are just talking without one. It just sounds shit. So get yourself a tripod because you don't want like shaky footage that looks shit. Right, and then what you do is I'll knock one up for you because I want to work with you because I think this will be quite fun. All right. So if you come on with me, I'll get that video edited and produced for you as well. It's quite fun. Make sure you have shitloads of light. That's the killer, right? People go, I've done my video, and you go, that's great, but it's winter and I can't actually fucking see you. And they're like, oh, okay. So have loads of natural light. Okay. It's not too bad if you're outside because you've got like the nice lavalier microphones. There's birds tweeting and all the rest of it. That won't be picked up. So lots of natural light. Just basically have yourself lots of natural light, green screen behind you, head and shoulders shot, so it looks rather like this, right? Keep your hands in the frame. So whether you do this, okay, or you're doing this, mate, don't be sort of like swinging from side to side. Okay, it's okay to kind of like move forward, right? But don't be sort of doing this. There's a certain way that you do these videos is the point of the story, right? So if you do that, mate, I reckon on Sunday night you could actually be up and running with your first targeted to just piss off all the trainers in your area and all the gyms in your area and just go, oh, you're expecting a video on fitness first? Stay right there. I've got something even better. Pretty cool, right?
Cool. Yeah, good stuff.
Battery. I'm going to now stop this hangout because I have 2% battery. I know it's going to fuck you up very shortly. So, mate, that's it. I'll switch over to the iPad, but not on a hangout because you can't start a hangout on an iPad. But, mate, that's enough for you. If you want to use me, do it. If not, it's entirely up to you. But that's what the hour was for.
How much is it, mate?
The software.
Yeah, to use your experience, to use your help, and get that stuff going.
Oh, no dramas. Well, if you want to use the software is easy. That's $247 US a month. It's just like whatever. So that's the software, and that will get you all the leads that you need. If you want to use me, like everything we talked about today, and like everything else, we spend a whole solid day with each other. Like that's $997 US for the entire day. Right? And we go through everything. And hello to the other viewer who's just joined in at 2% battery life. That's always good too.
Well, mate, cheers. I need to factor these things in, and then I'll be giving you a shout in the near future.
I do that. You're in PTU, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, you're in there, so that's fine. Just get in touch with me on that way. No dramas.
Oh, mate. Thank you very much for your help.
That's all right. You're welcome. Go to bed.
Oh, yeah.